again to the video series of the guiding principles on internal displacement, why and how they matter. I am Cecilia Jimenez-Damary, the United Nations Special Rapporteur on the human rights of internally displaced persons. In the previous video, we discussed who is an IDP, and today we will discuss the guiding principles on internal displacement, starting with the general principle of equality and non-discrimination. I suggest that you have a copy of the guiding principles with you at hand. Section 1 is entitled General Principles, and these general principles apply throughout the whole framework. Principle 1, paragraph 1 actually provides that IDPs shall enjoy in full equality the same rights and freedoms under international and domestic law as do other persons in their country. They shall not be discriminated against in the enjoyment of any rights or freedoms on the ground that they are internally displaced. And here, therefore, we see the principle of equality and non-discrimination, and this guiding principle makes explicit what is only implicit in existing international law. Internally displaced persons are entitled to enjoy the same rights and freedoms as other persons in the country, including and especially those non-displaced. Prohibition of discrimination of any IDP on the basis of his or her displacement is therefore prohibited. The Universal Declaration for Human Rights, Article 7, is very clear on this. All are equal before the law and are entitled without any discrimination to equal protection of the law. Human rights treaties therefore stress that it is not only discrimination based on race, color, sex, language, religion, natural origin, or similar reasons that is prohibited, but also other status, and in this case, the status of being internally displaced. Lastly, the recognition of internally displaced persons. It's important to take into consideration the special needs of their populations, of groups of IDPs, because this is important because where their displacement needs may not be met because they are women, indigenous peoples, etc., who are displaced, the prohibition of discrimination is violated since they do not enjoy, by reason of their displacement, the rights of other similarly situated, non-displaced populations. Paragraph 2 of this general principle number 1 are actually without prejudice to individual criminal responsibility under international law, and in particular relating to genocide, crimes against humanity, and war crimes. Again, this is an important paragraph because the rights specified in the guiding principles on internal displacement are accorded to IDPs and should not affect the operation of the rules of international criminal responsibility. So where IDPs happen to be suspected of these crimes, they cannot invoke the rights under the guiding principles and escape prosecution and conviction. Again, within the context of the development of international criminal law, we have to understand this particular concept, and this paragraph actually even sounds a note of caution to those who may wish to misuse the guiding principles as a pretext to avoid or evade prosecution. Again, thanks for tuning in, and in the next video, we will continue with Principle 2. See you then.